The German Pinscher is a medium-sized breed of dog, a Pinscher type that originated in Germany. The breed is included in the origins of the Doberman, the Rottweiler, miniature Pinscher, the standard Schnauzer. The breed is rising in numbers in the US, mainly due to their full acceptance to AKC in 2003. In Australia, the breed is established with a rise in popularity becoming evident. The German Pinscher is a thunderstorm of small rodents and a quick-witted slicker, transforming into a perky and humorous companion with proper training. Among breeders, this savvy, merry fellow enjoys a reputation as an adventurer and chameleon, so take a closer look at the breed if you need a dog that can save you from blues and boredom. And of course, give up the hope of wallowing with a Pinscher on the couch to the grumbling of your favorite TV show. This is not the pet who is crazy about idleness and constant sitting within four walls. Highlights. Standard Pinschers have a reputation for being rare pets both in their homeland and in the world. According to the Pinscher Schnauzer Club of Germany, about 400 purebred representatives of this family are registered annually. German Pinschers are capable of doing any kind of sport except weight pulling, but one should not expect great achievements in sports disciplines from them. Standard Pinschers are quite friendly towards other pets and easily relate to the appearance of a second tail in the home. However, friction can arise with cats due to the dog's constant attempts to draw the purr into its games. A characteristic feature of the breed is the desire to independently steer the life of the owner and the surrounding reality in general. Having a Pinscher puppy at home, get ready to seriously invest in the educational process so as not to run errands with the animal. Standard Pinschers do not belong to the category of overly talkative dogs, so owners and others do not annoy them with unreasonable barking. The breed is recommended for keeping active people who are ready to build their own daily routine, taking into account long walks of the dog, as well as games with it. From the German Pinschers, responsible watchmen turn out, not letting in a single living soul into the house without informing the owner of its arrival in advance. The history of the origin of the German Pinschers. Germany is the birthplace of the breed. Its origin took place in the 18th century in the southwest of the country. The direct ancestor of the Pinscher is considered to be the ancient marsh dog, which was very successful in hunting various small rodents. Pinschers are also consummate hunters of small game, having inherited hunting instinct from their ancestor. In those early years, Pinschers were especially popular because of their devotion to the owner and endurance. These animals could independently get their own food, did not require special care and attention. Dogs killed rats in huge numbers. If necessary, they were able to scare off thieves, zealously guarding the entrusted territory. Interesting fact, for a long time, these dogs were used to guard stagecoaches. Thanks to their endurance, the Pinschers followed the wagons and covered enormous distances. They protected the cargo, not only from thieves and looting, but also from rodents. In the second half of the 18th century, work began on the targeted breeding of purebred German Pinschers. Since 1884, the breed was already considered an independent and not a separate branch of the breed group together with Schnauzers. After the war, the popularity of German Pinschers dropped to critical values and no one was engaged in breeding them. Only in 1958, the restoration of the breed began, several new dogs were registered. Breeders have been actively working on growing Pinscher breeding. At the end of the last century, the German Pinscher was crossed with the Doberman, which had an extremely positive effect on the breed. These animals have become wonderful companions for humans, and their hunting qualities have faded into the back. German Pinscher. Breed description. Pinschers are distinguished by refined body lines, but, despite this, they have quite muscular and the limbs are very strong. A characteristic feature of the breed is its long ears, which are usually cropped and a long, pointed muzzle. Experts distinguish two growth varieties. Standard, animals at the withers, reach 45 to 50 centimeters. Dwarf, the height of the dog, is 25 to 30 centimeters. The head of the Pinschers is long, flat in the upper part without a pronounced occipital protuberance. The muzzle is equal in length to the skull, the bridge of the nose is straight and perpendicular to the head. Scissor bite, strong jaw with well-developed chewing muscles. Small nose. The eyes of the German Pinschers are almond-shaped, small, narrow-set and have a dark brown iris color. The ears are long and thin, triangular. The lips are highly pigmented, dark in color. The nose is black or dark brown depending on the color of the coat. The body of the animal is rather muscular, elongated. The highest point is the withers. The back is straight and short. The body is slightly rounded, the loin is sloping. The neck is strong at the base, but fairly. The chest is of medium width. The tail continues with a croup hanging down to the hock. Docking is allowed. The legs of the dog are long and slender, the thighs are strong and muscular. Paws are rounded, tightly packed. The Pinscher's coat is short without undercoat. Sexual dimorphism in German Pinschers is moderate. According to the approved standard, the weight of animals of this breed ranges from 15 to 20 kilograms. Smooth-haired German Pinschers can be black and tan or completely solid. Acceptable coat color options: brown, murgy, red and red. The markings are usually concentrated on the limbs, above the eyes and chest. Rarely can be located in the genital area of the animal, on the hind legs. To date, only 2 types of color are officially recognized, since the work of breeders on breeding German Pinschers with the color pepper and salt has not yielded results. All other colors are considered a disadvantage that significantly affects the value of the puppies. Due to the absence of undercoat and short hair, Pinschers do not require special maintenance. These animals are great for those who are allergic to wool and also lack the time and skill to take care of a dog. The coat of the representatives of this ancient breed is always shiny, but subject to a balanced diet. Interesting fact: Pinschers are bathed very rarely, mostly only when it is clearly necessary, for example, when it is heavily soiled after a walk in bad weather. Sometimes it is enough to wipe their smooth coat with a damp soft cloth. The nature and habits of the German Pinschers. German Pinschers are very intelligent, friendly, and active animals, but with a balanced character. They are characterized by an overabundance of energy, therefore, constant control over them, and timely upbringing and training are necessary. These are very jealous animals that will always fight for the attention of their owner and will not allow anyone to touch their toys or bowl. Interesting fact: Pinscher gets along well with all family members, but will choose only an adult with a tough, balanced character as the owner. Other pets are tolerant, but not cats and rodents. The first German Pinschers never attack. In response to aggression, they respond fiercely, fearlessly defend their territory, protect family members or property. They are wary of strangers, they are not allowed close to them. Pinschers should not be left alone with small children, as the animals are very active and can accidentally harm the child. The dog will not tolerate children's pranks and disrespectful treatment of himself, therefore, it is necessary to teach the kids to communicate with the pet. If the child can make friends with the Pinscher and improve relations, then he will become a reliable friend and companion in games for him for many years. German Pinschers are cunning adventurers and manipulators, so excessive kindness when training them is unacceptable. It is necessary from an early age to accustom them to order and obedience, otherwise absolutely uncontrollable animals will grow up, which can be dangerous for household members. They should be socialized as early as possible. Interesting facts about German Pinschers. The history of the German Pinscher breed has more than 300 years. Their homeland is Germany, but the ancient ancestors of the breed were imported from England. Many believe that the dwarf Pinscher descended from the Dobermans, but this is wrong. It was the Doberman that was bred thanks to the dwarf Pinscher. The Doberman breeder under the name Doberman, seeing the dwarf Pinscher for the first time, decided to bring out the same strong, hardy dog with a strong-willed character, only of a larger size. Pinschers have always been very popular in America and Europe, but dwarf specimens were brought to the territory of Russia as a trophy only after the war. For many years the breed was not in great demand among breeders, but today its popularity has grown. An interesting fact is that German Pinschers are the ancestors of a number of dog breeds, which over time have become much more popular than their progenitor. Pinschers are very cunning, they are unsurpassed manipulators. Having made a mistake, the animal tries to transfer the attention of its owner and household members to something else so that the punishment for the prank does not follow. These active dogs are able to make decisions on their own and never follow human commands without a preliminary analysis of their feasibility. They do not tolerate indifference to themselves, cruelty and screams. They can be jealous of their owner or of other family members or pets. Ways to daring antics in the absence of proper education and control from the household. Pros and cons of German Pinschers. The main breed advantages include energy and incredible activity, excellent physical shape, fearless character, expressed instinct of a guard and protector, fairly balanced character. The animal does not show excessive aggression toward strangers unless provocation follows from their side. Good learning ability, high level of intelligence, the ability to adapt to the nature of his character, his pace of life, unpretentiousness, not very difficult hair care, fairly good health and a small number of congenital pathologies. This breed also has its disadvantages, the degree of manifestation of which depends on the quality of the pet's upbringing. Disadvantages of German Pinschers. German Pinschers are very jealous of their owners, as well as toys, and are able to fiercely defend them. These dogs are absolutely incompatible with cats, they will hunt any small pets, such as guinea pigs or rats. Pinschers are considered strong manipulators, and, for this reason, the process of raising them should be taken very seriously, otherwise the pet will establish its own rules and stop obeying the owner. Dogs are very proud, have a pronounced sense of their own dignity, can be stubborn. For German Pinschers, regular long walks and physical activity are vital, which can cause certain difficulties for some owners. As rat catchers, many Pinschers like to dig deep holes, which may not have the best effect on the appearance of the garden. Animals do not have an undercoat, therefore they do not tolerate low temperatures, and they need special dog clothes. Before you get a German Pinscher, you should familiarize yourself with the peculiarities of the breed, get advice from the breeders, talk with the dogs in the kennel. This breed is suitable for both active young people and older couples, but for families with small children, the Pinscher will create a number of difficulties. Caring for German Pinschers. Caring for these animals does not require any special skills from the owner, enough weekly combing the pet with a stiff glove. During molting, dogs are combed out every day. Pinschers are rarely bathed, or as the wool becomes dirty. More often the wool is simply wiped with a damp cloth. The paws should be thoroughly cleaned after each walk. Hygiene of the ears and eyes is carried out every 3 to 5 days, but examined daily. The claws are trimmed with a special claw cutter as they grow back. The teeth are cleaned with a toothbrush and toothpaste every 5 to 7 days. It is necessary to regularly examine the skin and ears of the pet for the presence of parasites and remove them in time, as they can provoke the development of many dangerous diseases, including harm to the health of the household. In the presence of discharge from their dog's eyes, inflammatory processes, immediately contact a specialist. An important fact, the puppy should be taught to hygiene from an early age. Only in this case the pet will take the process of combing wool and brushing teeth calmly. The dog's resting place, its bowls should always be clean. For walks in winter and late autumn, special dog clothes should be purchased. Pets quite often get injuries to the pads of their